Good morning, my friends. And it is morning. Too early to be playing guitar. But hey, we got a lot to do. All right. Right, so we're going to crack on with Horizons part 2. Where is it? It's here. So you will have done part 1 by now. So we're on to page 5, all right? I won't explain how all this works. You will have figured that out by now, presumably from part 1. This is probably the trickiest section of this song, this instrumental. Goes like this. I'm doing it slowly for you. And this is the next section that will follow next. All right, so I'm going to do it slowly. I'm not going to play the piece in its entirety because you'll just leave, and I wouldn't blame you because we've already heard it hundreds of times before. Let's get straight onto it then. So we're picking it up at page 5. All right, now it's very important that you have this in front of you because these finger position charts, this is the difference between winning and losing. Trust me. All right, if you don't know where your fingers go, then, you know, you're buggered. The tab won't tell you. That's a load of shit. Forget about tablature. This is the best way of doing it. Okay, so let's begin. First finger, 5th string, 3rd fret. Little finger, 4th finger, whatever you want to call it, on the 2nd string of the 5th. All right, now, if you look at your chart, you'll see 5 and 2 together in a bracket, which means you're going to play strings 5 and 2 together. And then a 3rd string on its own. So that's first shape done. The second shape, trundle your little finger. Now, this is the trickiest shape. Down to the 3rd fret. Put your first finger on the bass string at the 2nd fret and put your 2nd finger on the 3rd string at the 2nd fret. So you've got 3 fingers on. This one is eventually going to go down there. I've actually added that already on the diagram, this 3rd finger. But for now, you don't really need it yet, but you will in a second, okay? So if we look at the diagram, the 2nd diagram, we can see 6, 3 and 2 in a bracket, so we're going to play those together. Then we see a 4, and now we see a 2 and 1, and it's at that point then this finger must be on the the 1st string of the 2nd fret. You've made like a little D shape. In fact, that's exactly what it is. It's a D shape with an F sharp bass, and it's a tricky little bugger. So like most classical players, we build the chord as we need it. All right, so a lot of people don't actually get. When you see it like on my diagram, you'll see all the fingers on at once. Well, you don't. You sort of put them on bits at a time. And I explain that to the best of my ability, you know, in the tutorial. But this is a case in point, this 2nd shape. I'll do it again. We've got shape 1. I'm going to spend some time on this. It's important. 5 and 2 to the 3rd. Bring this little finger down to the 3rd fret. 1st finger up to the bass string, 2nd fret. And your 2nd finger on the 3rd string of the 2nd fret, bearing in mind that this one's going to jump down here. So we play 6, 3 and 2 to kick it off, then a 4, then at that point we'll put this finger on here and play 2 and 1, and then a 3. Okay? If you think about it too much, you'll muck it up. Okay, and then we're going to just bring this finger down. This is quite easy, this bit, to the 5th string of the 2nd fret. Now, Steve uses 2 fingers for this. I don't. I just use 1. It's easier and it's more convenient. Just put your little finger across 2 strings at the 3rd fret and play 5, 2 and 1 together in a bracket. And then move that shape up or to your right 1 fret and stretch it out so it's at the dots now. So finger 1 is now at the 3rd fret and finger 4, little finger, is at the 5th, and play 5, 2 and 1 again. Okay, so if we put those bits together, all right, so that's page 5 done. All right, now we're going to play a D shape at the 7th fret. If you're not sure what a D shape is or anything, then maybe this piece you shouldn't be doing, but you will know it. It's one of the first chords you learn. At the 7th fret, okay, it's another way of playing a G. And we're going to play 4, 3, 2 and 1 together. And then you'll see that the diagram shows finger 4 jumping on to the first string at the 10th fret. Can you see that? Okay, there's the shape. Where is it? And then that one jumps down to there. Okay, let's do that again. Next shape. It's pretty straightforward, this next bit. First finger on the 5th string at the 6th fret, and your little finger on the 1st string at the 7th. Again, it's all on the paper, you can't go wrong. Play 5 and 1 together because it's in a bracket, and then add your 2nd finger to the bass string at the 7th fret, which is what it tells you to do. Again, I'll just to get you going, just to remind you how simple it is to follow. There's your 5 and 2, and there's where you add the other finger, okay? And you can see it there. So, you know, it is idiot-proof, really is. Okay, when you've done that, trundle your little finger down 2 frets to the 5th fret, okay? And put your first finger across 4 strings, okay? Just go and stick it on there. And play 4 and 1, and then a 2. 4 and 1 together, because it's in a bracket, and then a 2. All right, let me play that for you again. Okay, and then take your little finger again, move it down again to the 3rd fret. Where are we? Here we are, 3rd fret. And put your first finger on the 4th string, the 2nd fret. Okay, 6 and 1 to the 2nd. 4 and 1. Okay, I'll do that again. I know I've made a little mistake. Sorry about this. You see that there? There should be a 2 in between there. See there? There should be a 2. It's annoying, isn't it? Jesus Christ. I checked this so many times. So 6 and 1 to the 2nd, 4 and 1 to the 2nd, and then 3 and 1 with the 1 open. Okay, I'll do that again. 6 and 1 to the 2nd, 4 and 1 to the 2nd, and then 3 and 1 to the 2nd. 3 and 1, just open. And then finally, your first finger on the 1st string of the 7th fret. Remember, the 2 goes after that 4 and 1. Can you see that? After the 4 and 1, there's a 2. All right, sorry about that. Who can I blame? There's no one in the house to blame. If I had a dog, I'd blame it, dog. Never mind. So, then we're going to do like a little double pull-off thing. What does that mean? Move your little finger down to the 5th fret and put your 2nd finger on the 3rd, at the 3rd fret on the same string, and put your 1st finger on the 2nd fret, all on the same string, all right? So this is, you know, it's quite technical stuff, this. It's a little bit trickier. And you're going to play 4 and 1 together, and you're going to pull off once, and then pull off again. I mean, that's a half-hour practice, just learning how to do that. So... to an easier shape, a C major 7th, 5 and 1 to the 2nd, 1, 3, 2. Now I always cover that, even though we're not playing that 4th string, I always put a finger on there, because the chances are you might come down heavier with your thumb, and we don't want to hear that sound. We want to hear at least part of the chord. Okay, so from here, I'll do that again. Now, Steve, he does this, which I think is a bit tricky for a beginner. Not a beginner, but you know, even somebody that's played, I think it's easier to do this and you've got more control. So I'm going to do it this way, all right? What am I doing? Apart from that, keep your hand nearer to where you need to be next. Like I said before, Steve Hackett tends to do strummy things with his thumb and his 1st finger, which is not a classical style. It works brilliantly, but most people, you'd have to learn his technique. in order to get it to sound right, and most of you don't know what that is yet. So let's do it in a technique that you do know, and it sounds exactly the same, all right? So put your first finger on the 4th string of the 2nd fret, and what you're going to do is you're going to hit the 4th string, and then you're going to hit it again, but this time you're going to hammer your little finger onto the 4th string of the 4th fret, like this. And as soon as you do that, you're going to lift this finger off, and you're going to play a 3 and a 2. And it's very important you clear the strings. You don't want to fluff them. And then when you hit the 1st string, which is going to follow, bring your fingers off. Don't think of it too much. Hear that? And then end with your little finger. Must be your little finger on the 1st string at the 3rd fret. Now, if you wanted to do it like Steve, you'd put your, you decide which way you want to do it. Put your little finger on the 5th string at the 7th fret and put your 1st finger on the 4th string at the 4th fret and do this. He sort of does it with this as if he's got a plug in his hand. But what he's doing is this: 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think it's better this way. I think it sounds better. Got more tack. Okay. And then when you've done that, bring your little finger to the 2nd fret, okay? And then add, where are we? Yeah, we're on the final diagram now on page 7. We're going to play this 1st finger here, the 1st fret, and put your 3rd and 4th finger at the 2nd fret like that, okay? That's the shape, nice easy shape. 5 and 1 together because it's in a bracket. And you play 5 and 1, 2, 1, 2. So, okay, we're doing all right. This is what we've, no, I'll do what we've got so far in a minute. So page 7 is done. Now this is a beautiful part of the track. This is the bit I love. Okay, it's great, I love this part. But it takes a bit of discipline to get it to sound right. So, what are we doing? We're on page 8. 1st finger on the 5th string at the 2nd fret. 2nd finger right the way down here on the 1st string at the 2nd fret also. And your 3rd finger on the 2nd string at the 3rd fret. Okay, and your little finger's going to jump on and off here. All right, so be aware of that. So that's the main shape, and this finger's going to go here. Now we look down the bottom and it says we're going to play 5 and 1 together to the 2nd string. Then it's saying 3 and 1 together. Now for this I'm going to use my thumb because I'm treating the 3rd string as a bass note. Okay, so do it like this: 5 and 1 again to the 2nd, and then 3 and 1. But this time add your little finger to the 1st string at the 3rd fret to the 2nd. Okay, so we've got, and then do it again. Okay, so we've got this. But instead of going to the 2nd again, we take this little finger off and play the 1 again. So it's, it's like a little half beat. What happens then? We take our 1st finger and we put it into the 1st fret, and this one's going to jump down here from here to there. From here to there, from there to there, from here to where, I don't know, goes into there. Okay, look at the diagram. 1, okay, 2 and 3, and again the little finger is going to be jumping on and off the 1st string at the 3rd fret. We do the same pick: 5 and 1 to the 2nd, 3 and 1 to the 2nd, 5 and 1 to the 2nd. 2nd time round it actually does go to the 2nd, so it's okay. The little jumpy thing only happens on the 1st one. So we got da 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 da. Then start do it again. Page 9 is exactly the same. You'll be pleased to know. Da 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 da. Now at the the end of page 9, the diagram on the right, you just place 5 and 1, because that's the end of the section. The next section goes like this. Do you get the idea? Right, so that is part 2 of Horizons. I'm going to leave it there because otherwise the thing's going to run on and on and on. All I can say to you, and I can't stress this enough, follow the diagrams, please, because otherwise it just makes it really, really complicated. Follow the diagram, listen to my blurb, and you should have no problems. If you do, you know where I am. You can always message me and I'll try and make it clearer. Although that's about as clear as you're ever going to get it. All right. I'll do part 3, finish that off, and then we've got Big Love to do, which is going to be great. Just before you go, I'm thinking of doing this the other way around, showing you all the tricky bits first. You know those bits. The hardest bit is this. Look at that bit. So that's going to come up next, and I'm really looking forward to doing that, because I'm going to do the most detailed version of that on the internet. All right, like everything else, it's going to be the most definitive way of doing it. Right, I'm going to go and have another cup of tea. I'll speak to you later. Get that downloaded and get stuck in. All right, and back with part 3 maybe later today. We'll see. See you later. Bye bye.